morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Randa, and today we're starting another week of Randa's Crafty Vlog. So, it's Monday. It's 9:30 in the morning. Just sitting down at my desk to get started for work. First of all, look at my sweatshirt that I just got in the mail yesterday. Randa's Crafty Corner. Hell yeah. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm like wanting to put my logo, and I have one sweater that says Randa's Crafty Corner like embroidered on the, like, I can't help myself. I want all of the things that talk about my small business because I'm so excited. So anyway, this is an exciting update because this weekend I graduated college. Yes, I did. It's official. I'm graduated. I did the ceremony. I'm done. So that was really fun. That was Saturday morning. It was a long day. That, like, in a good way, but also like a long day. You know what I mean? Because we made a whole day celebration out of it. So you made noisy, Ash. Thanks. We made a whole day out of it. That first thing in the morning was graduation, so my hair be looking a little crazy today. Just ignore it. I got up and got dressed. I was wearing a dress and my gown and whatever. Ash has brought me a toy. She wants to... Stop! You're being sassy. She wants to play fetch. I'll explain why she has so much energy in just a minute. But, honey, I'm gonna need you to... You know what? Come here. Okay, sorry, I just had to lock Ash out because I know she will annoy the crap out of me. So, now she can go bother her brother. So I got up and got dressed and we went straight to the school in the morning because graduation was at 10 in the morning, and so, but it takes me forever to get there and then it takes me forever to get ready. So I was up at like 7:30, and the night before, Perry and I were up until like 1:30 because we're stupid. And and so I had not gotten very much sleep, like 6 hours of sleep, and then was like, all right, let's go. So got up at 7:30, up and running, made it to the school by 10. It was a beautiful day outside. So the ceremony was outside, and it was the first ceremony that has happened since 2019. So 2019 was the last ceremony that they actually had for graduates, and then COVID hit. And 2020 and 2021, they didn't have a ceremony. This was the first time they had an actual ceremony since the pandemic started. And I was like, thank God. Because I remember when the pandemic started that I was like scared that when my time comes, I wouldn't be able to walk. And it was kind of a big deal to me that, like, I think I would have been okay if I couldn't, but it still was like, it's part of it, you know, that you want to have your moment, that you get this one moment to celebrate the accomplishment that you have done and the work that you've put in for years. You get one moment to like really celebrate it. And so it's like, it would have been sad to miss that, but thankfully I didn't have to. And the ceremony was outside, which was nice, and it was beautiful. It was a little hot, but, like really just there was still like a nice breeze, so as long as you were in the right position, it was actually really nice because the breeze was really nice. But there were about 100 people in my graduating class. I think I graduated from a community college, so it really was just not that big. And there were four other people that graduated with the same degree as me. So like we're a very small program, and only one of the other people that was graduating from video production was a woman, and I've never met her. I can't believe I've never met her. So but anyway, it's like, no, I always talk about, if you don't know, I was a little surprised by it, but a little not surprised that video and videography and everything that has to do with film, whatever, is usually a very male-dominated field, at least in my experience and the experience of my teachers who I've talked to about it as well, because I do have some female video teachers, and they were always like, yeah, it's pretty male-dominated, that like you will see women, but it is much less likely. And so all of my classes for like all of the 3 years, besides like my very beginner ones, and then that were like everybody. And then when I had classes that incorporated graphic designers and photographers and whatever, then there were girls there. But for the most part, it was all men. I've had classes where I was the only girl in the classroom. So it is a very male dominated field. And so I was surprised that there was another woman in my literally in my same degree field who I've never met and graduated with the same degree as me. Like, where were you? Why were we not friends? I'm upset about this. So anyway, but it was really nice. There were only about 100 to 150 people that were graduating in my class, which was nice. It meant it went pretty quickly. Even though, okay, granted, I get my name is difficult. Randa is not the easiest name in the world. I get it. But it's just short for Miranda, and everybody knows how to pronounce Miranda. And on my card, we gave them a card with our name on it, and then to the person who was reading it, it had our name and then who we wanted to thank. And then below our name, you spelled it out. You had an opportunity to spell your name phonetically. And so not only did I spell my name phonetically, but I also gave a little explanation as to how to pronounce my name. So I said it's it's just like Miranda without the M-I. You say Randa, and then Bergen is pronounced like whatever. And even with all of that, he still pronounced my name wrong. He called me Randa when I walked across the stage. I was like, oh my God, man, seriously? I did the best I could. I don't know how else to help you. I had a moment of thought when I was at the stage that I would turn to him real fast and say, it's pronounced Randa, just so Randa. But then I was like, you know what? There's an explanation. It's spelled phonetically, whatever. He'll get it. No, he didn't get it. So, so that was fun. But, we got, so anybody else who has graduated college knows, you get an empty book. So there's mine that says Red Rocks Community College on it. And it is, that fell out. It's an empty book. So I'm waiting I'll get my diploma in the mail. They said they were going to ship them out June 13th, I believe. So I'll get it towards the end of June probably. But I have the empty book. This is what they handed me when I walked across the stage. And then they also gave me a pin that's on my cap and gown that's on my gown, which is in the other closet, and I'm not going to go get it. But it says Red Rocks Alumni on it, and it's a little pin. And then I also have with me to show you, I have my tassel. This was the tassel that I wore to graduation. And I think I'm going to hang this, because I don't know what I'm going to do with this book, to be completely honest, because I'm going to put my diploma in a frame and hang it on my wall. I already have a spot picked out for it over by the door. And I'm going to hang my tassel, on the frame. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that book. I guess put it in my closet, and if I want it someday, it's there. But because I can't throw that away. I'm not throwing that away. So I guess I'll just keep it until, I don't know, forever. It's just going to sit in my closet. I don't know. So, but yeah, so graduation was really nice. It was cool. It was a good experience. That when you're actually graduating, it tends to be, I don't know, anybody who's been to grad, they tend to be kind of anticlimactic, that you have your 2 seconds that you walk across the stage and then they move on to the next person, that it's so, but it was still cool. And it was still every time, because I was walking around in my gown, so everybody knew that I was a graduate. And so I was constantly stopped oh my God, congratulations, and da, 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 da. So it was cool to have that moment, that I wouldn't have had that moment if there wasn't a graduation ceremony. And then Mom and John were there with Perry. They all sat in the audience together and hoot and hollered as I walked across the stage, which was cool. And fucking words, man. I can't. And then so when we walked out, when the ceremony was done and we walked out, they had us walk out single file line, and then all the teachers stood along the sides and stuff as clapped as you walked through. Like, it was cool. And then at the end, my mom and John and Perry were standing there like, yay! So it was really fun. So I did get some pictures, and I'll be throwing them up on the screen as I talk about this. So these are the pictures that I took with Perry and then with my family after I graduated. They're really cute. They're also on my Instagram, so you've probably seen them already, but that's what I have there. Those are really cute. And then I also have a couple of pictures from that, like blurry pictures that my parents got as I was walking across the stage and stuff. That also I'll put in here. So that was really fun. And then we went straight to a restaurant we have here. I don't know if they're just called, I don't think, they're probably a chain. It's called Yak and Yeti. It's a Indian place. I love Indian food. I don't like spicy, so I always get like as mild gets, but I do love Indian food. So we went to Yak and Yeti, and Perry had never tried Indian food before, so it was really cool that he got to try Indian food for the first time, and he said he liked it, so that was good. And we sat and we talked and whatever, had a good time for lunch. And then after lunch, we went to like a billiards place and we played a couple rounds of pool, which was fun. So I do have a couple pictures of us playing pool that I'll put in here as well, because my mom was taking pictures like throughout the whole day. And so we played a couple rounds of pool, and I suck, but you know what? It was fun. And then after a couple rounds of pool, we went back to my mom's house and we had a party. So I'll throw in a couple pictures of the party up here. And so that was really fun. Mom made burgers, and she like put up graduation decorations all over the house that said like, you know, that had congrats grad and, you know, all the fun, really, really fun stuff. And I had all my favorite people there, which was good. So basically a lot of people from my mom's side of the family, and my sister and her boyfriend were there, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Then we spent the whole night just like hanging out and having a good time, drinking, whatever, living our best lives. And it was so cool. It was a really fun day. It was a long day, but it was a really fun day because we didn't get home until like 11 o'clock at night. But it was really fun. And I really enjoyed it. And I got some really cute presents that like I don't have it with me now. I wish I brought it in here so that I could show you, but everybody knew that after graduation, I was continuing on full-time with my business and running full steam ahead with that. And so my mom got me a mug as a graduation present that said like, look at you starting a business and shit or whatever. Like, it said something goofy on the side of the mug like that, which I thought was so funny. And I have, hold on, my employee who was there, because she's my cousin. For any of you who didn't know, my employee who so lovingly packages all of your orders is also my cousin. So she was there, and she got me, look at this freaking bear. She got me this bear, this little graduating bear. I was like, listen, you know me way too well, because that is the best thing in the whole world. So he sits back here. He has his little house, his little area. Ooh, he's really difficult. He doesn't like to sit up. But he has his little spot over there on my dresser that I keep all my supplies in. So he's gonna live there for a little bit because he's cute. So so I thought that was really fun, and I got a really good amount of like graduation money, like presents and money, which I kind of need right now. So I love that. And my mom said that, you know, she like handmade a little coupon that said like a coupon for one shopping trip or whatever. So we're gonna go shopping, and that's gonna be fun. And then I just shoved all of my grad money in my savings account, and I don't quite know what I'm gonna do with it yet. And so it's either just going to sit in my savings account and be savings, which like, good, I need that right now. Or it's going to go towards, once I figure out like, it'll go towards the business, or it'll go towards, and once I can figure out what I want to do with it, that's like meaningful, then that's what I'll do. But right now I can't think of anything. So it's like, shit, I might use it to get some product that I'm thinking about, because I am bringing in new products that I was like to the shop that I am having to have manufactured. And so it's like, I was gonna just like pay for it myself, but I could use my grad money for that or whatever. So it's like, I don't know, man. I'll figure it out. Also, I have my cutie little Starbucks cup here again, and I got a bunch of these pink straws. It came in a pack of like 12. So now I have a gajillion pink straws and I use it for everything. But this is my cutie little Starbucks cup. Isn't it great? I love it. So that was graduation day. It was really fantastic. It still doesn't feel real though. That's the thing, is that I was like, okay, you know, it'll feel real when, it felt a little real when my grades came through, that I do remember crying a little bit when I got my final grades in, that I knew I was graduating, like officially. That was a lot, you know, that was a big moment. And so I do remember crying a little bit, like tears of joy when I found out, but I was shocked because I didn't cry the whole day of graduation, and my mom, who, if you know my mother, cries at coffee commercials, like literally she's the first one to cry, and she didn't cry. I was shocked. She was like, no, she's been telling me for months that she was gonna bawl like a baby, and just like, she was like, I don't know, we were just in like celebration mode, and so I never like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, I don't know. But it's like, no, I didn't either. I completely expected that I was going to cry at some point on Saturday. And it's like, geez. I told her, it's like, no, if I had to give a speech and talk about like how fucking hard college was and how proud I am to be here and how excited I am to like go into this next step and all of the trials and tribulations I went through in school and how it was like some of the hardest years of my entire life was being in college and like having that past me, or where it's like, no, if I had to like stand up in front of people and give a speech, I would absolutely cry. But it's because it is super emotional. This is like, I remember my high school graduation and it was just kind of like, woohoo, you finished high school. Like, then it was more of like a celebration as like you're on to the next step of college. How exciting. Instead of like, look at this big accomplishment, you graduated high school. Because I don't know. I didn't work as hard to graduate high school, that's for sure. And so then when I graduated college, oh my God, it was years of trials and tribulations and tears and mental health nonsense and doctor's appointments and my mom begging me to go to class when I was too depressed to get out of bed and couldn't do it. And oh my God, and oh my God, and oh my God, oh my God. I failed many classes throughout college and had to retake them and cried and went to therapy about the fact that I failed classes and felt like a failure and what, you know, that like you do all of this nonsense through college that like it was such a bigger deal, at least it was for me, that graduating college, it was like, no, you fucking did it, man. You stuck it out through all the hard times. You got to the very end, you pushed yourself and you did it. And now I'm done. Woo, I'm done. I never have to go to school again. But I kept telling myself, it's like, no, it'll feel real, you know, when I get dressed that morning, or it'll feel real when I actually walk across the stage, or no, it still doesn't feel real. I still sometimes am like, it still feels like, you know, come August, I'm going to go back to school again, which is like, no, you're not. You're never going back to school again. I guess I can't say that, but I can't imagine ever going back to school again. I really think this is it for me. And if I do someday, then I'd like to know what's going on in my life that I'm going back to college. But, because I fucking hate college. I'm not good at school. I have ADHD. I'm not good at school. So like, this is not something that I want to repeat. But, you know, I also never thought I'd be running a business, so I tried to, you know, do never say never, because you never fucking know. But most likely, I'm never going back to school again. And that's a weird feeling to let kind of sink in, and it hasn't fully hit me yet. And so I've said, well, either it'll fully hit me when my diploma shows up in the mail, or it'll hit me when it's August and I'm not going back to school. You know, like, I don't know. I don't know when it's gonna hit me. But yeah, that was graduation. And then on Sunday, we just tried our best to like recuperate and recover because we were both just exhausted. I took a nice long nap. But Perry, being the suburban dad that he is, now that we've moved to suburbia, he has become a suburban dad. He is determined to get our grass to come back to life, because ever since we moved in, I've told you guys a little bit about this, that ever since we moved in, the grass has been like so dead beyond repair, that it's not like patches of okay grass and patches of dead grass. It's patches of dead grass and patches of dirt that like it's really dead. Whoever lived here before us did not take care of it. And so, I can't fucking think. So Perry went to the hardware store. We seeded it once and it didn't work. And so, because we thought that we could sprinkle the seeds on top and it would be okay, but it wasn't. And so he went back and got more seed, and then he got like a tiller. I don't fucking know what it's called, where you till the backyard, that you go in and it like pokes a bunch of holes and like agitates up, stirs up the dirt so that the seeds can like actually get down in there. And so he tilled the backyard, which I saw him doing it. It's fucking labor intensive. That was a lot of work. He was exhausted. He like would come in every once in a while, like, I was like, oh my God, you're doing a lot of work out there. And then he reseeded. So now that's why Ash has so much energy and is standing outside of my door crying right now, because she is not able to go into the backyard and like release some of that energy. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do with her for a little bit. I'm going to have to take her to the park and like do a lot of indoor fetch or something, because oh my God, she's going to lose her mind not being able to like run around out there. So we're really hoping that the grass takes this time. Our front lawn is doing quite well. There's still a couple of dead patches, but it's doing quite well. It's quite green. So very happy about that. But our backyard, yikes. We're working on it. So that was this weekend. I did stitch a little bit. So I'll show. I didn't diamond paint it all, but I did stitch. So I finished the banner, this Hawk Run Hallow, map of Hawk Run Hallow, where I think it just says Hawk Run Hallow on it. It doesn't say map, but still. I finished this banner that goes all the way across, and then I started on this house. You can see I'm not quite done with it, and there's a couple chimneys that come out right here, but I finished most of it, that little house, and then I'll move to the stuff down here. But yeah, I think it looks really good. So that's what I worked on a little bit yesterday, and today is just work day. So I have just some like general stuff. There's some photos I need to edit to get onto Etsy, and there's, other stuff like that I need to do. And the release of, I have to answer messages from this weekend and Etsy messages. And then the release of Hermione's Cauldron, the new scent in honor of the Harry Potter DP along, is today. It's releasing today. So like I said, the scent is called Hermione's Cauldron, and it is releasing today at 4 p.m. By the time this goes out, you've probably already, it's long gone, but still, that's releasing today. So I got some work to do there. So I think what I told Perry, though, because I was so tired, I was not cleaning the house yesterday. I usually try to clean the house on the weekends, but I was so exhausted that I was not doing nothing. So I did a little bit, like I did the dishes and tried to pick up and stuff, but not like, clean the bathrooms and stuff like I really need to do. So I told Perry, I think I'm going to like work a half day, and then I'm going to spend the other half of the day like cleaning the house and doing laundry. God, we need laundry. We're so bad at laundry. So it's like, I think I'm going to spend the second half of the day doing stuff like that and the first half of the day working. So I got to get to work. It's been 20 minutes that I've been blabbing to you guys, but I wanted to tell you all about graduation. I'm a graduated girl now. I'm all graduated. I'm all done. No more school, just my shop. I fucking love my job, like very excited. So that is it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. Lord, it is Wednesday. I missed yesterday, Tuesday, and I will tell you why in just a second. But it is Wednesday, May 18th. It is 10:17 in the morning. I'm getting a little bit of a later start today, but that's what stuck. But I think I'll be okay. I'm tired today. We had such a long day yesterday. Oh my God. It's literally the whole entire reason that I didn't film a clip yesterday, because I was totally planning on it, but I was like being lazy yesterday morning and didn't want to wake up, and knew that I had some things to do for work, but they were mostly like bigger projects that I knew were going to take a while. And I only have like a couple hours in the morning before I have to go to therapy. And so by the time I had like gotten up and eaten my breakfast or whatever, it was like an hour until it was time to leave. And I was like, I can't start anything with only an hour. So like I ended up just like doing some work stuff from the couch on my phone that I like, phone, stay. That I like replied to some messages and did some things like that. But I didn't do any like actual like big work things, just like little things from the couch, and then it was time to go. So then I left for therapy, and as I'm driving to therapy, I get a call from my boyfriend. And if you remember, oh God, I'm so tired. If you remember from last week's vlog, he has been looking for a V-Rod, a Harley-Davidson V-Rod motorcycle for a while, and we got like absolutely screwed out of one a couple weeks ago at the dealership, and he's been looking for one ever since. But V-Rods are not the most common. Like probably the most common version of a Harley that you'll see is, I think, what's called a street glider, and you can get those anywhere. They're like a dime a dozen, but V-Rods are a lot more uncommon. They're a lot more uncommon, and so they're very hard. They're much harder to find, especially ones that are in like good condition, that don't have too many miles on them and stuff like that. So he calls me today and he's like, babe, I found a V-Rod. I want it. Let's go. And he had already like sent me a picture of it earlier and was like, oh, I hope it's still available because, you know, it's cool. And it is very pretty. It is completely black. It's a 2013 V-Rod. It has like 21,000 miles on it. Which is fine. And he said it was listed at like 15,000, but that he got them down to like 12,000 dollars for it. And he was like, I want it. And so when he called me, he was like, I've already, you know, he's like, I didn't want, Jesus, my phone, stay. He was like, I didn't want the same thing that happened to us last time with the credit report to happen I didn't want us to go all the way down there, because it's in Colorado Springs, so it's almost 2 hours away from us. And so he was like, I don't want to go all the way down there just for the same thing to happen to us again. And so he was like, I already got pre-approved. And he was like, and so, you know, it's basically ours if we want it. And I was like, all right, well, sweet. When do you want to go look at it? And he was like, well, tonight. I was like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, I told them I could leave work a little bit early and that we could be there at 5:30, and they said that was fine. And so he was like, you know, can you come like meet me at work so that we can drive there together? Because he needs somebody to drive his car back if we get it. And I was like, sure. I was like, I'll just, you know, it'll basically line up with the time that I'm coming home from therapy. So I'll just come to your work after I'm done with therapy and we'll go. And he was like, fantastic. So I went to therapy, and therapy was good. And then I went and met him at his work, and we drove it was like an hour and a half from his work, down to Colorado Springs. And it's a beautiful bike. It was beautiful. It's very beautiful. And, did all the things, you know, signed all the paperwork, insurance, whatever. He loved it. It ran really well. It has a lot of skulls on it. It is a used motorcycle. And so somebody owned it, obviously, before we did. And they like really had a thing for skulls. And so like almost any spot you could put a skull on that bike, there's a skull. We're going to be replacing most of those skulls. So, but they're all in like really easy play. They're just like little add-ons and attachments and stuff that you can really easily replace. So the one thing that we do definitely need to change about it is that there is no backrest for the back seat. And if Perry is on his motorcycle, I am almost most definitely on the back of it. You know that I always go with him. And so the motorcycle he has right now is a sports bike. It's a Yamaha. It's a sports bike. And so it obviously doesn't have a backrest. And it's very uncomfortable to sit on for any duration of time. And so he's like, wants to like go to the mountains on his motorcycle or whatever. I'm like, that's a 45-minute drive. That's not happening. I will be like, have no limbs by the end of it, like dead. Like my legs will be numb. My butt will be sore. My feet will hurt. Everything. No, my back, don't even talk about it. Like, I'm like, no, not happening. And so that was part of why, A, because he wanted a V-Rod, and B, because then it would be a little more comfortable. It's not a cruiser, but it's a little closer, so that I'll feel comfortable like going to the mountains on the motorcycle and stuff, which I'm excited for. I want to go to the mountains on the motorcycle, but I want to be comfortable while doing it. And so the one thing about this V-Rod is that it doesn't have a backrest. And I was like, that is my one requirement for your bike, is that you get whatever you want, is yo money, I don't care. Because we do more like a his, mine, and ours, that like we have an our money type thing, but then we each have our own money and we do whatever we want with it. So I was like, it's your money. You buy whatever bike you want, man. Do what you want. But I have my one requirement for your bike, and that is a backrest. And he was like, no, don't worry. He's like, they're quite easy to add on. I'll just get one for you and we'll add it on. I said, fantastic. He was like, I'd rather get the perfect bike without a backrest and add it on than get one that's not so perfect with a backrest. I was like, that's very fair. So he's going to get me a backrest for it. But I tried to look last night, and there is backrest for V-Rods, obviously, but the only ones that I could find that weren't like beat to absolute shit were all the ones for older years, for like 2002 to 2006 and then 2007 to 2011. This is a 2013, and it has to be the specific, and they're very hard to find apparently. So we're gonna have to find one. But he bought a bike. He loved it. He signed the paperwork. He got the insurance. We bought the bike, and he's very excited about it. Very, very excited. He took many pictures outside of the dealership, and then we drove home. So I drove his car, which is a stick shift, and it's a BMW. It's a stick shift. I do know how to drive stick shift, but it's not my preferred method. And then he was driving the bike, and it was fine for most of it, that we were just driving, whatever, but Perry was going fast, and he was like going around cars that were going too slow for him, and so he was going back and forth between lanes decently often, and I was like, boy, I'm tired of keeping up with you. I'm just gonna stay in this lane and hang out, and I'm tired of chasing you. So, because I was trying to stay close to him because he's on a motorcycle and his phone was almost dead, and so I didn't want to lose him. But I was like, you're being a maniac. Be a maniac. I'm gonna, you're just doing too much for me right now. So then at some point we're driving, we're like almost home, and he is like, he's in front of this big truck. And so I'm keeping my eye on that area. But I can't see him because he's a little motorcycle behind this great big truck. And so I'm watching the area, waiting to see him again. And then all of a sudden he's on the exit ramp. Like, boy, and by the time he does that, I'm like next to the exit. Like, there's no way I'm making it to that. I'm already like past it. And I was like, I look out the side of it, I'm like, where are you going? Oh my God. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And so I pull over, and I'm like at the other side coming down the exit ramp back onto the highway. And I pull over and like put my hazards on, and like I'm gonna wait for him because there's no way I'm getting up there. So the only thing I can do is wait for him. I don't know what he's doing. And then all of a sudden he like zips back next to me. as like down the exit ramp and back onto the highway. I was like, this son of a biscuit, what are you doing, man? So so then I go, oh my God, I try to get it back into gear and get going again. And then he takes like the next exit. And I'm like, what is he doing? And then he pulls into a gas station. I'm like, oh, he needed gas? I didn't realize he needed gas. He had a full tank when we left the dealership, but he just needed gas. I was like, fine, whatever. I was like, I hate like not knowing what's going on. And I love this man, but he also sometimes just like does things and doesn't tell me. And that is probably more of a me thing than a him thing, but it drives me insane to like not know what's going on. I don't know, it drives me crazy that like he'll just like go somewhere and I have no idea what he's doing or where he's going and I have to follow him and I don't know why. Like, it's just very frustrating to me. I don't understand that. It's like, you could just say, I mean, he can't just say because he's on a motorcycle, but usually he could just say, hey, let's go over there and do, no, he just walks over there. I'm like, boy, where are you going? Like, you have to tell me what you're doing. So, but there's no way he could have told me he needed gas. He was on a motorcycle. I just had to follow him. And it was like, okay, you need gas, fine, whatever. I need to get over myself. And so then he's like, oh yeah, sorry, I just needed gas. And I was like, then why did you exit the last one? Because I thought it was just like it was like an empty exit. He was like, there's a gas station back there. I was like, oh, I didn't realize there was a gas station back there. My bad. I was very confused. And I was like, you were behind a truck and then all of a sudden you were gone. Oh my God, it stressed me out. He was like, oh, you couldn't see me. I was like, no, I couldn't see you. So then he gets his gas and we get back on the road again. And we're going back to where the exit ramps are because we've exited the highway. So we're going back to get onto the highway. And he goes the wrong direction. He takes the wrong exit, the wrong way back to where we came from. And so he's like, he's right in front of me, and the minute I see him take the wrong exit, I'm like wailing on the horn. I give 3 really loud honks. I like stop in the middle of the intersection and like give 3 loud honks, thinking he'll hear me, realize he's going the wrong direction, whatever. It didn't seem like he heard me because he kept going, but I was like no more than 500 feet away from him. And so there's no way. No, I was no more than like 200 feet away from him. I was like, there's no way he didn't hear me honk. And even if he didn't, he'll get to the next exit and he'll realize he's gone the wrong way and he'll flip a bitch and come back. So I'm just going to go home. I'm not going to follow him. Because I thought about it. I was like, do I follow him the wrong way? Like, and try to get him to realize he's going the wrong fucking way? And, because like I said, he's on a motorcycle. I can't just call him. It's in his pocket. He doesn't have a phone mount on this motorcycle yet, which he usually does so he can see stuff, but he doesn't. So his phone's in his pocket. A motorcycle vibrates like a son of a bitch. There's no way you're going to feel your phone vibrate in your pocket. It's a lost cause. So there's nothing I can do. I just honk at him and then I'm like, well, he'll realize at the next exit that he's going the wrong way and I'll just meet him at home. So I go home. I get all the way home. I'm looking behind me to see if he catches up because like I said, he was going faster than me the whole time. So I figured he would catch up at some point. I don't see him. I don't see him. I don't see him. I get all the way home. I still don't see him. I like take the time because Perry usually like backs his car up into the driveway. But he has a very low car. And so you have to back it up like very specially so that it doesn't like bottom out on our curb. So I'm like taking my time, like trying to back it into the driveway so that I can surprise him and tell him, look, I did it. And I'm like, he'll be home by the time I pull the car into the driveway. I get the car all situated, get out, he's not here. And his motorcycle's loud. I can usually hear it when it's close and I don't hear anything. I'm like, oh, fuck me. I was like, well, I guess it's only been a couple minutes. I'll wait a little bit longer. So I literally like stand by our front door and wait. Couple more minutes, still nothing. I'm like, fuck, okay. I'm like, well, I'll go check the mail because the mail's just like down the street. And when I get back, hopefully he'll be here. I go and I check the mail. I come back. He's still not there. I'm like, what? So I wait a couple more minutes. And at that point, it's been at least 10 minutes since I got home. And I'm like, there's no way that he's taking that long to just turn around and come back home. And so I'm like, do I try to go after? And this whole time I'm like calling him, even though I know it's a lost cause. It's like, I don't know what else to do. And I'm like, maybe there's a chance that he's pulled over to the side of the road because he's confused and he'll see it and he'll whatever. Or maybe he's sitting on the side of the road because the bike chose the worst time in the world to like die or something. Like, I don't know. And maybe he'll see it, or maybe there's the slightest off chance he'll feel it vibrate in his pocket, which I doubt, but just maybe. And nothing. I called him 14 times. Nothing. So I was like, I can't just, because then I started getting anxious. I was like, what if he tried to turn around and the bike fell on him and he's got like one leg stuck under the bike and he's like stuck there, or he's hurt, or he's whatever. And I'm like, I don't know, like maybe he got in an accident, like the one exit down. Like, I have no idea. All I know is he's not here and he's not answering his phone, and that scares me. So I start getting scared. And I'm like, there's nothing I can do but go look for him. And I was frustrated. We had just spent, an hour and a half each way. We spent at least an hour at the dealership. By this point, it was like 9 o'clock at night. I didn't get any chance to stitch or craft or relax. We went to get his bike. I didn't get to film this video yesterday. It's like, and I had already like gotten confused that he was going to the gas station once or whatever, and now he's going the wrong way on the highway and he's lost and I can't find him, and I'm frustrated. I'm like, guess I have to go fucking find him. Oh my God. So I was scared, I was frustrated, I was everything. I get back in the car and I go and get back on the highway. And what I'm looking for is on my side of the road, because that was the side that he went down the wrong way. I'm looking on my side of the road if I see any like pulled over biker, pulled over, or crash or whatever. And then I'm looking on the other side of the road for a singular headlight, because motorcycles only have one headlight. And so that way I know, okay, there he is. He's headed back home. At least I know where he is, And so I drive down the road. I get all the way back down, like past the exit that we were originally at. I see nothing. I'm sitting in my car, psychodialing him in his car, psychodialing him as I'm driving. And I'm thinking to myself, like, at what point do I like call the cops? Like, not now, but like when? Like, how far do I have to go down the highway without seeing him before I like get legitimately worried and need to like call the cops? So... so I'm driving. I get all the way down like to the exit that we were originally at when he went the wrong way. And then I see one headlight on the other side of the road. And I'm like, oh, no way. So I start to like slow down because I like want to see and make sure that it's him, because he's driving the other direction. And all the cars behind me are getting very pissed. I turn on my hazards real quick. I roll down the window and I look out, and because it's dark outside now, it's hard to tell. And so right as he passes me, it's like, sure enough, it's him. And in the car, I'm like, God damn it, but he didn't see me. So I rolled my windows back up, and right in front of me was like, those little, it's in the highway sometimes where it's the bridge, it's a little space where you can flip around to the other side, but you're not technically supposed to go in there. It's only like for authorized vehicles. I don't care. I use them all the time. So there was one of those right in front of me, and I flip a bitch as fast as I can, and I'm chasing him down the highway. I'm like, there the fuck he is. Oh my God. And so we get all the way home. I've chased him all the way home. He pulls in. I turn the car off. He turns his bike off. He is pissed. And I'm like, you scared the shit out of me. I was like, how far did you go? I was like, I couldn't find you. I was out looking for you. I was calling you. I couldn't fucking find you. And I was like, you scared the shit out of me. How far did you go before you realized that you were going the wrong way? And he was like, I got all the way to work before I realized I was going the wrong way. His work is 45 minutes away from our house. He went miles down that road, like a half an hour down that road before he realized he was going the wrong way. I was like, oh no, Perry. He was pissed. He was like, I was so frustrated. It was already a long drive, and I just realized I made this stupid mistake, and it's cold, and I'm ready to be home, and it's dark, and now I have to turn around and go all the way back. I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh no. But I was like, you scared the shit out of me. And he was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. And he was like, it was so weird because he's like, all these exits look bizarre. And he was like, I kept looking behind me and I didn't see you. And I was very confused as to where you were, but like maybe you were just behind. And he's like, I know some of the exits, but I don't know exactly what order they're in. And so it was late and I'm tired and I just got confused. And I was like, oh, honey, oh no. So he was like, but I'm so sorry I scared you. And I was like, this is why we need like Life 360 for each other, because he has an Android. It's not like I have an iPhone. And so it's not like we can just do Find My iPhone. I have that for my mom and my sister for like emergency reasons. But I can't just do like Find My iPhone with him because he doesn't have one. So we'd have to get like a separate app to do that. But I was like, we need to do that because like there was no way for me to know where you were. And it's like that, and I was scared for your safety. It's like, I'm not the one to just like stalk you all day. Like, it's for emergency purposes, so I know where you are. And like, oh God. I was like, so when I lose you like that, I can at least like see that he's heading back or see that he's whatever, you know, that like, oh my God, I'm not chasing down the highway to try to find him. Poor guy was mad for the rest of the night. He was so frustrated. And he's like, I don't know why that pissed me off so much. But he was like, the minute I saw Sable, like the exit that's the to Sable Road, which is the exit he takes for work. He was like, the minute I saw Sable, I like was so angry. He had just realized that he had gone a half an hour in the wrong direction. Oh no. So it's like, it's kind of funny now, but last night it was absolutely frustrating because by the time we had like everybody gotten home or whatever, it was almost 9 o'clock and we hadn't even had dinner, and it was like we needed to take showers and go to bed, and we're like, ugh, jeez, it was a lot. So I'm very tired today because of that. But Perry got his V-Rod and he's very happy. He took it to work today. He's very excited to show everybody. I'm hoping that him getting frustrated didn't taint his memory too much, because he was like, this is supposed to be a happy day and not frustrated. I was like, it's gonna be okay, bub. You're home now. Like, you're okay. And so hopefully it didn't taint his day too much, because this is supposed to be an exciting day. Like, he got a new motorcycle. It's very exciting. His very first Harley. He's very excited. And no, it is not like the 8 handlebars. Not a traditional Harley. But anyway, that's what happened yesterday. I braided my hair yesterday, so this is day 2 of the braids. What do we think? I think they still look okay. I think they're still manageable for 1 or 2 more days. When I braid my hair, I do this myself. When I braid my hair, it does not come out of these braids for like 3 days, because it is way too difficult to do this only to like take it out the next day. That's not fucking happening. No, it's not. That is not happening. Anyway. So I got some work to do today. I need to get going. I've been talking for 24 minutes. I need to stop. But anyway, I didn't do any crafting last night, but I will show you what I did Monday night, because I didn't get to show you yesterday. So I am hoping to diamond paint today, but I haven't done any diamond painting this week. So I did do some of my cross stitch. La 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 la. And as you can see, so I've come down here a little bit, down below. I think I already showed you that I finished the very bottom of the sign. I finished the house over here. And then I did the little bit of the stream. I'm working on the stream coming down, and I did the Bailey Bridge, this part right here. I did that Monday night. So that's that. I'm hoping to diamond paint tonight. So maybe I'll have some diamond painting to show you tomorrow. That would be nice. I am going to my employee's house tomorrow. So I hope I'll have time to film a clip before I go. I'll do my best. But that's it, y'all. I've been talking for 25 minutes. I just wanted to tell you that story because it was so annoying. And then I really need to get on with the rest of my day. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, May 19th. It is 9:53 in the morning, and God, I don't want to do fucking anything today. No. I thought I was so tired yesterday, and I thought, maybe I'll get a good night's sleep tonight and then it'll be okay. I felt like I got a pretty good night's sleep, and yet I'm still exhausted. I'm so tired. So I just have not been able to fully recover, and I don't really know why. Maybe I just haven't been sleeping as good as I thought I was. I don't really know. But anyway, like I said, today is Thursday. It's first thing in the morning. I am leaving in a couple of hours to go to my employee's house. We are working on a couple of things. We're continuing to rework the wax formula, which we started last week, and it was a big fat epic failure. And so I ordered a couple more things that I think will help make it better. And we're gonna see if they work. Honestly, I don't know. We're going to find out. So we're going to play with that a little bit more today to see if I can get that to a place where I really like it. And then, what else? Oh, and then we're going to play with, I think I've told you guys about this. My employee came up with this idea, and I said, sounds fantastic. That she has been playing around with resin. She has a lot of fun with it. And resin is a very common thing that a lot of Etsy sellers do. But I wanted to do diamond painting versions of it or whatever. So we're working on right now a drill grinder, that breaks up your drills. We're working on that right now to try to get that going and maybe have that on the shop. And they're very pretty. They're very A1 fun time. So hopefully get that going. We're gonna work on that a little bit today. And because honestly, I never thought resin was that difficult. It is. It's difficult. There's a lot that goes into it. She showed me last week, and I was like, holy shit, man, because I was like, this is her idea. This is her whatever, and I am just there to support and help her come up with ideas and whatever. But this is her thing. She makes them. And so she was showing me last week how she does it, and I was like, oh my God. That's a lot. But I'm very excited about it. So because we have a couple of different ideas for things we want to do with resin that I think will be really, really, really fun. And then we might go scent shopping. We love to go scent shopping together, where we find new scents for the putty together. It's A1 fun time. And we've been stewing about a 4th of July release for the shop for a long time. And it's been harder for me than I ever thought it was. I felt like I understood 4th of July themes and that they were going to be fairly easy to make happen or whatever. It was harder than I thought. But last night I found the perfection. I found really cute cover minders and and some scents that I think are going to be really, really good. I can't wait. And that's going to be our 4th of July release. I think that's going to be good. So I ordered those last night and had them sent to her house. So they'll probably not be there for a while, but it's okay. They'll get there before July 4th. So yeah, that's probably what I'm doing today. As you can tell, I'm really fucking tired. So I'm very sorry. We're on day 3 of these braids, by the way. Besides this business right here, they're holding up okay, actually. They still look decently, they look wearable, I'm just going to her house, they're fine. She is a baby, she'll get it. So, and I have a few things that I'm bringing to her today, so that's what today is gonna be all about. I'm gonna be at her house at noon, and probably spend a lot of time there, just doing stuff, and I think that's kind of it for today. It's maybe depending on when I get home, I might work a little bit more when I get home. But this morning I was setting up because I want to try tomorrow for the first time Amazon Flex. Because if you haven't heard me talk about it before, the shop is my full-time job, but it doesn't quite make enough money for me to live off of full-time because I have an employee. that I have to pay. And so I'm like $200 short a week usually is the amount that I'm missing to be able to like actually pay my bills and live comfortably and whatever. And so my plan for right now is to like, I've done DoorDash before, so do that a little bit, and also try out this like Amazon Flex idea, which if you haven't ever heard of it, you like literally deliver packages for Amazon, just like DoorDash that you can pick when you go do it or whatever, but you like deliver packages for Amazon to people's houses and stuff. So it's so I wanted to try that to see if that was any better, because my problem with DoorDash is that you have like periods of like eating times, you know, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner when people are ordering DoorDash. And if it's not busy enough, it won't let you DoorDash unless you have like the set block or whatever. And so then it's kind of hard to make money, because especially then if you are DoorDashing and you want to continue DoorDashing after like the lunch break or whatever, you don't get very many orders when it's not breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So it can be a little bit difficult to do that. But it's like if I do Amazon Flex tomorrow and I fucking hate it, I might just try to do, you know, DoorDash, especially because it'll be closer to me or whatever. I'll just like do my best. I don't know. Figure it out, because I have to make a couple $100 a week. So we'll see. But I'm hoping that this is just temporary. It better be just temporary until I can get the shop to the place where I don't need to do this anymore. I continue growing the shop until I don't need to do that. That's the plan. But for right now, I need to do that. So that's what I'm going to try to do and see how that works. So I was scheduling that today for tomorrow, that I was gonna do Amazon, and then I was gonna finish Amazon at like 2:45 or something, and so I was gonna try to DoorDash a little bit like at the end of the day. And I'm probably gonna be so exhausted. I might not DoorDash, we'll see. Like, just, you know, this is a day to just try out Amazon and then just like be done, you know what I mean? So because my bills don't technically, because my mom paid all of these bills through, not all of, I pay my mortgage, of course, but like, you know, insurance and stuff she helped me out with while I was in college. And now that I'm not in college anymore, I want to take them on as quickly as possible, that like take that responsibility away from her. But at the same time, she's been very understanding of like, give you a couple weeks to like settle in and figure out what's going on and what you're doing or whatever. And then we can start, like, I hand you one bill and a couple weeks later, I hand you another bill and a couple weeks later. So she's really understanding about that. So I have the time to figure it out. It's just, I feel bad. I feel guilty. I want to take the bills from her. I don't want her to have to be responsible for them anymore. They're my bills. I should pay them. But as I was scheduling it and I was thinking about how much I don't want to DoorDash, and I was like, well, then you need to get your butt up and get to your desk and work on stuff to release so that you don't have to do that anymore. So here I am. I was like, God, I don't want to work. I don't want to work. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then I was like, I don't want to DoorDash. And I was like, well, you know how you're not going to DoorDash? Is if you get your butt in your chair and you work on your diamond painting logbook. Like, come on. So that's what I'm doing. Why is this not working? Force quit. Try again. If for anybody who doesn't know, I am making my own diamond painting logbook, and from what I've seen on Etsy, they're all like digital PDFs that you can download and like print out. I don't want to do that. That's it's like digital downloads on Etsy right now, like print on demand is such a huge thing right now, and so many people are doing it as a way to do like passive income or whatever. And so I don't want, besides like my cross stitch patterns, and it's like if you guys want a digital version of this, I'll absolutely do that. But like my plan was to not do a digital version because they're a dime a dozen, and instead make a physical book, a physical diamond painting notebook, and I'll have my design made into notebooks and then sell them as a physical notebook. I don't really see that. And so it's like, I would want a physical book. I don't want to have to like print out pieces of paper and then figure out what to do with them. Right? Is that just me? I don't know. So that's what I'm doing. So that's what I'm working on. And I put a post on my Instagram stories about like if you guys have any ideas for what you might want to log, because I'm going to do one book that's a diamond painting logbook and one book that's a cross stitch logbook, because you need one for both. And I'm working on the diamond painting one right now to start with. So if you guys have, I put something on my Instagram stories about like if you have any ideas for things you might want to log that you think would be fun to be in the logbook, like let me know, because I have all the basics, but I'm trying to think of like if there's anything extra that maybe other people don't do that I could put in mine that would be fun. And Jacqueline Diamond Art Sparkles on Instagram had the suggestion that I put have a section for events or a page for events or something. And I think that's a really good idea. And I definitely want to do that. What I'm deciding between right now, if I want to have like a little section for it on each page of like, is this part of an event? And if so, like which one? Or if I have like a page at the back or the front of the book that's like an events page, and you can list all of the diamond paintings that are part of an event. Does that make sense? So anyway, my point to say all of that is let me know in the comments down below if you have any ideas for things that could go in a cross stitch or a diamond painting logbook that would be different than what you usually see in a logbook. I'm open for the ideas. Let me know down below. So that's what's happening, is I'm working on that right now. I'm doing my logbook right now. And I want to do the washi tapes I've been talking about, and I want to do, I feel like there was something else. Oh, duh, my cross stitch patterns. This is how tired I am today. Holy crap. I also want to continue designing my cross stitch patterns. So like there's a lot of things I want to design and do, and I need to just do them. Granted, I need to not put so much fucking weight on myself to get everything done immediately, because this is my first week out of college. This is my first week post-graduation. And so like, not everything is gonna get done in 1 week. Like, chill out, man. You're fine. You know what I mean? So, anyway, that's kind of it. I kind of question whether I'll have a clip tomorrow. Just because I think my Amazon Flex shift, whatever, starts at 9:45 in the morning. So I probably will not be at my desk tomorrow unless I come and sit down when I get home. So I may or may not have a clip for tomorrow. If not, I'll throw in a little one on Monday to try to make up for it. Or I'll film a clip real quick on Friday or something. We'll see. So, that's it for today, and I'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Psych, good morning, y'all. I'm at my desk. It is Friday, May 20th. It is 10:56 in the morning, and I am at my desk today. So, change of plans. I did not feel like going and getting my car last night from Perry's work, and so it's still there. And that means I am going nowhere today. So I'm not doing Amazon Flex like I had originally planned, which is fine because it is rainy and sad and cold outside today. So I wouldn't want to be outside anyway. So I'm okay with it. I'm just going to do Etsy stuff today. Yay! So much more fun. So, there are a couple of things to do for the shop. I did yesterday finish my first draft of the logbook, and I so badly want to like show everybody to get their opinion, but I feel like that's not what you're supposed to do. So instead I'm showing like my mom and whatever, like people who have literally no idea what even goes into a diamond painting logbook. And so they're just like, oh, it's pretty. Like, oh, I know, but like, I don't have any other diamond painters to show this to that they would understand. That's not like, oh, I don't know. So I guess if an individual person, maybe, I don't know what to do. So my plan was I was going to show it to people and make sure that they thought it was cute. Everybody that I've showed it to has thought it was cute. So now it's like just me staring at it for the next couple of days and seeing if there's anything I want to change about it over the next couple of days. And then if not, I'll get it printed. Because I think it's good. I think it's good. But like, I always second guess myself. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Anyway, finished that yesterday and that was very exciting. First draft. I'm going to stare at it for a couple of days and see how I feel about it. I don't want to like stare at it too much because that usually happens with like any form of like designing or art or whatever that I do, is that if I stare at it too long, I viscerally hate it. It's like when you take a selfie and you stare at it for too long and then you like find all the things you don't like about it and then you hate it. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. I don't want to like stare at this for so long that I hate it. You know, I want to just do it. So I want to stare at it for a little bit to make sure that there's nothing that I want to change about it. But then I need to just print it because otherwise I'm going to stare at it too long. So, I did that yesterday morning, which was really good. And then I headed over to my employee's house at noon. I took Perry's car. He took his motorcycle yesterday and spent the afternoon with her. And it was really cool because I was like, you know, Harry Potter scent, the Hermione's Cauldron did so well this week. And I have people asking if we're going to do another one. And so I figure while we have the time before the event starts, why don't we do another one? And so we went scent shopping and we had an idea in mind of what we wanted. And then we're able to find something that actually exceeded our expectations of what we wanted. And so it was a really good scent shopping day. And we got a new scent. So I guess since this isn't going to go out, yeah, I'll probably release it today. You know what? I'll just say it. It's called Elder Wand is what we're releasing. It is the second Harry Potter scent that we are releasing. I'm going to try to describe this. It's a really fantastic scent. I think you're going to really like it, where it's woody, but it's not just like straight up wood. It has like woody notes to it, but there's also some sweetness to it, if you know what I mean. And it combines together really well. So it's like a sweet but woody, or woody but sweet scent. If that makes any sense. It doesn't smell like a forest. It smells like you picked up a log, right? And smelled it. And I figured that made sense for the wand. And then like it's kind of sweet, which A, I just like in general, and B, I was like, what if like the magic that comes out of the wand, like that would smell sweet, right? I don't know. I'm like I was just like, it makes sense in my head. It made sense when I smelled it. It made sense. It's much harder to explain, but when I smelled it, it made sense. So it's called Elder Wand. It's a really fantastic scent. You're really going to love it. And it is releasing on Monday at 4 p.m. MST, along with more Hermione's Cauldron, because we sold out in 72 hours. So definitely more of that is coming. Elder Wand is coming. And then we're also releasing another scent this week called Plumeria, which if you don't know what that is, it's a Hawaiian flower. And if you'll Google Plumeria, you'll see the flower. That's what, it's all over like in Hawaiian, like tourist shops and stuff. It's that signature flower you see everywhere. It's called a Plumeria. And we found a scent that smells like it. So I'm very excited about that as well. So that's also releasing this week, and I think it'll be A1 fantastic. So that was fun. We went scent shopping, and then we came back and we continued to play with the wax formula. If you know, I've been trying to rework my wax formula, because it's hard though, because there's a group of people who love it, who think it's fantastic, who say it's the best wax they've ever tried in their life, that they're never going to use any other wax besides this one. And then there's a group of people who think it's too soft. And because it is a softer wax, and I was wanting to change it because it was a softer wax. But then, and I always like harder waxes. But then there was this group of people who like are obsessed with it and love it and think it's fantastic. And so part of my debate is, even when I do release a new a new wax, maybe keeping this one around for the people who really love it, but like, I don't know. But anyway, we've been playing around for weeks, ordering different kinds of waxes and playing around with them in different formulas and whatever, to see if I can get a wax that I like better. And it's hard to say anything right now, but I think we got it. I think, I was really shocked when I was testing it yesterday. I was like, I actually really like this. So I told, if you know, drills are a girl's best friend, Stephanie, if you're watching this, she offered that she would test it for me. Because it's like I said, I don't have anybody else around me who diamond paints. And so it's hard that it's like, I can test it and think it's okay, but it's really cool to have another diamond painter who has the same, both of our like favorite waxes is Patty Wax Super Sticky. And so like, somebody who is also a diamond painter, has the same preference in wax that I do, and is in a different climate. My climate is very cool and dry, and she lives in Georgia, which is very not cool and dry. And so it's like, I think it'll be good to get two climate perspectives. Because that was one of the biggest problems I was noticing with the last wax, is that it was perfectly fine in my climate, but then it would go to a hotter climate and it would be like lotion, which is not it. So, so I made a couple of testers for her. I did 2 of them because it's 2 different like variations of the formula, and I wanted to see which one she likes best, or if she likes either of them at all. And so I made them, and I have my employee shipping them out to her, and then we'll see what she thinks, and we'll go from there. I like it. The only problem is that I don't like the color. That it's not beeswax. I'll let you know right now, because I know a lot of people are allergic to beeswax. It is not beeswax, but the color of the wax is not my favorite. So it's like, I'm wondering if we can use like a soap dye, because you know how they make like, it's like, it looks like food coloring, but it's for soap. And so it won't like come off on your hands and things like that. But I'm wondering if we can like dye it white or something, so it's not this like unbelievably ugly yellow color. But if not, we might just have to deal with it. I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna play around with it. We're gonna see what happens. It's nowhere near like ready to be released yet. It was just exciting to yesterday like try something and be like, oh, I actually really like this. I'm excited about it. So so that happened yesterday, which was really good. And then came home, and Perry was very mad. And I was like, oh no, what happened? And if you guys remember, he got his bike, what was that, like Tuesday or something? Like, he got it this week, and it's already having issues that thankfully we got the warrant. We got like a 2-year warranty on it. So it's gonna be fixed, and it's gonna be fixed for free. But he was like, I've had the bike for like 2 days and it's already overheating. Like, something's wrong with the coolant, I believe is what he said is wrong with it. And so I was like, so he was so mad. He was like, I just got this bike, and if it overheated a lot to the point where like it could have fucked up the whole engine. We don't know yet, but we'll see. And he was just so frustrated. I was like, it's gonna be okay, and like we're gonna be okay, and whatever. So yeah, we're gonna have to take it to Harley-Davidson this weekend and see how that goes, because it is kind of ridiculous. Like, you sold us a bike 2 days ago and it's already having problems. And it's not like Perry has been abusing it or anything. Like, he's just riding it. Like, it should be fine. So yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that this weekend, which is not gonna be fun. But it's Friday. Woo! It's almost weekend. And we don't really have any plans this weekend besides taking the bike to the repair place, to the Harley-Davidson, to get repaired. So hopefully it should be a pretty chill weekend, because fuck do I need that. The reason I'm starting my day at 11 a.m. is because I'm fucking tired. Like, I can't do this. I'm so tired. So, anyway, I meant to bring in my diamond painting to show you. Motherfucker. Okay, hold on just a second. I'm gonna go get it and I'll be right back. Okay, I have the diamond painting. And also, while I was going to get it, I found in our house. Oh, excuse me. Oh my God. Like, swallowed air wrong. That was bizarre. Anyway, I found in our house a little thing of donuts that I thought Perry ate like a week ago. So you bet I'm gonna eat them. Anyway, this is the diamond painting. Ready, set. Oh, look at it. So that's pretty much to the bottom. It's folding up a little bit at the bottom, but what I did this week, like last night, just last night, is I did these two, no, not just last night. This was over the past 2 days that I did one section each day. So these two sections right here, I did last night. We're getting kind of close. I'm getting right into her face, which is the cool part. And I'm excited because this was something that Katie, Diamonds and Washi, talked about when she did this kit, is that there's a lot of dark at the bottom and it can be kind of hard to get through. And I would agree with that. And then at the top, there's a lot of like lighter, brighter colors, which I'm very excited for. And I started getting into those in this section, which was really fun. So I will do a post review on this kit when it's finished. There are a lot of drills coming out from all over the place. So it sucks because I love Distracted by Diamonds, and I will always tell you to purchase from them. But this was one of their older kits, and I believe this was in a phase where they were having problems with the adhesive, and so that's why mine is having a little bit of a rough life, but that is not the quality you will get from Distracted by Diamonds if you order today. So, just saying, love Distracted by Diamonds. Order from them. That's what I'm saying. So, let me roll this up, put it to the side. So that's it. I don't think I did any stitching the past 2 days. If I did, it was really minimal. So I didn't bring it in here to show you. And that's it. I'm going to do some more crafting this weekend. Today, I think I'm going to film a YouTube video that I want to do, and then stare at my logbook for a little bit, and then maybe do a little bit more work on my cross stitch pattern that I'm working on. So that's it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this video. My first official week out of graduation. How fun. And it was a good week, but I'm exhausted. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you had a great week yourself, and I hope you have a great weekend ahead of you. It'll be really good. So that's it. That's it. Happy crafting. Have a great rest of your day, and I love you all. Bye.